Hello everyone, it's me Ari Dossett in Colmar Rashid. I'm an anthropologist and sociologist. Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel, and don't forget, donate in the links below. Alright, the topic of this video is not something new. I've addressed this topic at least 3 times in the past years on this channel. First time was around 5 years ago. But okay, for the new subscribers, I want to address it again. It comes down to the following. You have to stop expecting everything to start off good in your life. Well, let me state it in different words. Let go of smooth beginnings. Now, this topic should be obvious. So obvious that I shouldn't even have to address it or make a video about it. But for some reason, I'm talking about believers now. A lot of believers have not renounced nor forfeited this worldly attitude of wanting smooth beginnings. Now, don't get me wrong. If you start a business, it's natural to want things to start off good. If you meet new people, you want things to start off good. You want to click and connect with people easily. So wanting to start off good is a natural desire. But just understand, in this world that we're living in this fallen world, with a lot of these toxic, bad, sometimes even evil people out there, expecting things to start off good can be used against you. Okay? And this got a bit ridiculous because so many believers, they go through difficulty after difficulty, tragedy after tragedy, over and over again, and they continuously fall for the same trap that Satan is out there for them. And at some point, it's not even Satan anymore. It's just them themselves that can put themselves in bad situations. Okay, let me explain it to you. If you watch my previous videos about this, they already know what I'm about to say. But okay, here it goes. In this world, a lot of people are just escaping. They just want to be left alone, be at ease, unbothered, but at the same time, you want the benefits in life. But that's not possible. For you to have the benefits in life, you have to be a participant in life. But these people do not want to be participants. They do not. But they do want to get the benefits. So such people become con artists and scam artists. They will con you into a relationship with them, but the relationship was never an actual relationship. It was only a one-sided exploitation. You thought it was a relationship. And let me tell you, a lot of you ladies out there have gone through this. You thought the man was the one that you would marry, the one that would stay with you, the one that you would have your babies with. And some of you had babies with them, but suddenly the man so-called changes. He got a switch on you. He abandons you or he turns on you. There's domestic violence, and you think, what the heck happened? Lady, the guy did not change on you. He did not switch on you just like that. He was always like that. You just didn't want to see it because you held on to a fairy tale of how things should be. And that fairy tale you held on to was based on how you were raised. You were compensating for unmet childhood needs, or you were compensating for mental issues you didn't want to face about yourself. So you want to find the quote-unquote perfect match where you would never be challenged. And by the way, that doesn't exist. Every human relationship you're in, whether it's an employer-employment relationship or friendship between equals, or maybe it's a parent-child relationship or a sexual relationship, every type of human relationship you'll enter in, at some point you will encounter yourself. And at some point the other people are going to notice deficiencies about you. So in every human relationship, you will be challenged. That's nature. That's the nature of life. So you're looking for a perfect match where you'll never be challenged, where you'll also be at ease, left alone. You'll always have an excuse and a reason for how you behave. I'm sorry, even in Disney fairy tales, there are challenges. Where the characters in the fairy tale are challenged. How the heck do you expect a fairy tale without a challenge? Not even in Disney and all those fantasy movies do you have fairy tales without a challenge. So you expect a fairy tale that not even fairy tale terms exist. Lord have mercy. So things start off good. The guy meets your criteria, he's polite, he is quote unquote respectful. I made a live about respect, please watch that one. How it's a false god. He matched your criteria. But the thing is, he faked it. He knows that you have abandonment issues, you have commitment issues, and all of that. So he picks up about you and he faked it all in a professional performance. And you were paying him by giving him sex and by spending money and time with him. So as a professional, he got paid by you, believing the performance. And once he got out of you all he wanted, or once you began to expect more and more that he was not willing to give, he quote unquote turned on you. But he was always like that. You were holding on to a smooth beginning. And that expectation was based on an incorrect assessment. Because this is what a lot of you ladies do. You compare a situation, but you don't examine the situation. Same thing for you guys. Oh, brother Rashid, she turned on me. She cheated on me. Oh my God, she was texting her ex throughout the relationship. We even got married, and how could she do this to me? Look, I'm not happy with what she did. I don't condone it. And I don't blame you for her bad behavior. That's her doing it. However, there were warning symptoms you missed, brother. Maybe you were so obsessed with her body parts, her ass, her tits, her legs, her lips, whatever. You were so visually obsessed with her. I can understand that. I'm not obsessed, but I shouldn't be obsessed, but I can understand you were so into her sexually. But because of that, you dismissed all the other relevant criteria. Hold on. And because of this, you projected a future with her. But this projection was not based on actual factual reality. She may have told you my past is the past. Yeah, why is she mentioning that? Because her past is something that's horrible that she doesn't want you to know about. It may not always be sexually. Did you reflect on her past? Did you examine whether she actually improved or not? Because if she didn't improve over time, what do you think is going to happen when she's with you? The same escapism will continue at your expense. Just like she was bitching about her ex-partner, same way she will bitch about you very soon. Did you do a proper assessment? Or were you bewitched by the ass, bewitched by the titties, or whatever? I'm keeping it real over here. A lot of you guys are putting yourself in trouble, are putting yourself in danger by not doing proper assessments before you get sexually involved with a woman. Just like women are doing this nonsense, and there's no excuse for it, men are doing it too. Because you're holding on to a smooth beginning. Again, it's not only with sexual relationships, but everything in life. Okay, let's say you applied for a job, okay? And you talk to the recruiter is positive, then you sign the contract, you're at the job. Your colleagues are all welcoming you, it's all sorts of good. Over time, you get exhausted, you get drained. There's not enough work, balance with work and your life outside of work. And sooner or later, you hear that your colleagues are complaining about you behind your back, and eventually you almost have a burnout. Now, when you read the job vacancy a few years ago, maybe some months ago before when you started the job, checking the vacancy alone would reveal onto you that something's off over here. Why are they paying so much for this job, but the requirements are low? Shouldn't they ask many requirements be very difficult because they're paying you so much? Or let's say now, in the vacancy, they expect a lot from you, but the pay is low. Such things will have to think, what type of job is this? And here's the thing. There are corporations and companies who even look up the history of that job. For example, if you apply to be a janitor at a high school, but then you realize that this vacancy keeps popping up over and over again, either the high school is so big and they need multiple janitors, but if you do an examination for that, it's a small high school that only needs 2 janitors, but they keep requesting janitors over and over again, or every 2 months. Now the conclusion is that any janitor that starts leaves very quickly, they don't want to stay there. Why is this vacancy returning so often? Why does somebody want to keep this job? It's an assessment you have to do. Or look at the history of the company. Who founded it? Do they have a shady background? Were they involved in scandals? I mean, you can't just say, oh, this is a nice job. Oh, I can pay my bills by doing this job. Just apply for it. Look, there are fake businesses out there. There are front corporations, front companies, or a front for human trafficking, organ harvesting, or all types of other evil that are done out there. And such front organizations will always love bomb you when you come in. Or let's say now that there's a dysfunctional thing going on, either in society or just at a company. They may even create a job just so they could stress one out and blame for everything. So what I'm saying is, even when it comes to employment or financial opportunities, you have to do your assessment. You can't just expect things to go smoothly in the beginning and see that's a sign that it's a good deal. It's a blessing from God. Let me tell you, most of the Heavenly Father's blessings will not start off good. They won't. Just look throughout the Bible. The main characters that the Heavenly Father used throughout human history. How many of them had smooth and easy beginnings? Did David have the smooth and easy beginning? No, because he had a bad relationship with his father and his other siblings. By the way, when Samuel came, because he wanted to anoint one of Jesse's sons, Jesse didn't even call David to come. That's what bad relationship was. And after David was anointed, my God, his family relationship did not improve. Eventually, he had King Saul turning on him, chasing him for over 13 years. Within those 13 years, David started a family, and gained knowledge, so he developed despite all the retaliation. But hey, there was no smooth beginning. Let's look at the prophet Elijah. We don't know much about Elijah's background, but hey, Elijah, when he started his ministry, there was not a good beginning. Not smooth at all. There was a lot of confrontation and fights, but his ministry worked, and later Elisha took over. Even Elisha, the followed him, didn't have a smooth beginning. Jesus himself didn't have a smooth beginning. They tried to kill him when he was 2 years old. And when he was 12 years old and actually was showing his wisdom, his own step-parents didn't actually believe in him. Later in his young years, when he was working all of that, people didn't expect much of him. People had a low view of him. When he finally started his ministry, a lot of people in his hometown were resisting him. They even tried to kill him and throw him off a cliff. I'm not saying that such bad situations something we should long for. We shouldn't long for bad situations, absolutely not. Just know, in this world, having everything starting off good is not proof that it's a blessing from God, and that's the best way for you to go. If something good in your life starts off good, it can happen, but it's an exception. Too often, our longing for smooth beginnings is what blinds us from seeing that we're being trapped. Today you have social media. There are believers on social media checking on the lifestyle of celebrities, not even quote-unquote Christian celebrities, and you think, how come they have it so well, Heavenly Father? How come I don't have that? So they know their difficulties they go through. But then they look at someone's performance and they compare their daily difficulties with someone's performance. Truth is, that couple or whoever the individual is that you're idolizing, they have struggles too, struggles they won't show you online. You're comparing their online performance to convince you that they have it all with your actual reality of the difficulties you go through. I'm sorry, but that's what is that? Do you think that couple you're idolizing on YouTube or on Instagram that are always cuddling, having fun together, that yet they don't go through any difficulties? Come on. In this world, are you kidding me? Don't you think that them with all that success don't have haters on them, or people try to sabotage them, take advantage of them? So they do go through difficulties. Are they talking about it? No. So you are chasing a fairy tale by idolizing those people, or maybe a single individual or a couple or a group of people. You're idolizing them so that you shouldn't have to deal with the actual difficulties in their life right now. And then, if God willing, you achieve the similar success that those people have, now you realize that, oh, it's not all that, there's not coming with it. Now at this point again. That's why I shouldn't be idolizing. This obsession with smooth beginnings, this obsession with expecting everything sort of good, let it go. Renounce it and unlearn it, please. You'll only get yourself hurt over and over again doing this. If you keep holding on to good beginnings, or you keep expecting everything sort of good in your life, The only thing a scam artist or con artist has to do is to figure out by your body language or by what you're saying or not saying what your unexamined expectations are, and they mimic your unexamined expectations, they mirror them, and guess what? You fall for it because you are kind of shallow, you're kind of superficial, you don't look into things because you just want to be left alone and be at ease. Listen, you, as a grown human being, you should look into the mirror, face yourself, and admit when you have deficiencies in your character. You should admit when you have deficiencies in your attitude. Just because you were raised a certain way, and the way you were raised is applauded by the people around you, doesn't mean the way you were raised was proper. If you were raised to never question authority, but always believe the best of authority, I'm sorry, but I don't care how much you were praised by your parents for following their teaching, or how much the people around you praise you, or I don't care how much society rewards you for that. It's a toxic attitude of always expecting the best from authority figures, if throughout history it's often the authority figures that endangered the people and did crimes. Things like genocide and all of that. It's not just Second World War. It happened throughout human history. Or maybe you grew up thinking, don't trust anyone, don't trust anyone. It's a paranoid, hysterical way of living, which will crash you. Okay? So just because that attitude is praised by people in the streets or by some moves, whatever, your expectations are off. Listen, you have to be humble and real enough to look at yourself and admit where there are deficiencies in you, and then look for help, therapy, consult, whatever it is to improve, and actually improve. Do the improvement. The improvement will not be easy. I'm telling you, you can't actually fix yourself by your own strength. You need the power of the Holy Spirit. You do. So you submit unto the Heavenly Father, unto His guidance, and you improve. That's what you do. But a lot of you believers, because you don't want to be real with yourself, because you want to face yourself and face the people around you, because sometimes you don't face people around you. You don't face them for what they really are. You want to think the best of them because you want to admit that these people are not stable and may turn on you. Anyway, a lot of you believers, because you won't do the inner work by facing yourself and looking for improvement, that's why you're looking for a situation that won't challenge you. Whether it's a sex partner that will meet all your toxic criteria that don't even add up, or whether it's a job where people are always acting in the way you expect, or whether it's you live in a neighborhood where everyone just leaves you alone all the time and nobody challenges you, no holds you accountable for your neglect. You don't want to be real. You don't want to face things. You just want to escape, be unbothered by reality, and you don't want to be called out on your defective, dysfunctional, and neglectful behavior. If that's you, then you already sided with darkness. You have your allegiance with society. So you are unfaithful towards the Heavenly Father. That means you're not even trustworthy or reliable. If you end up in any bad situation, I'm not approving how those other people exploit you or do you wrong, but listen, you're not an actual victim. You are a collaborator. Because just like they are taking advantage of other people, by seeing we can exploit the same way. You may not be exploiting other people directly, but you have an exploitative attitude that you only want to be around people that don't challenge you and leave you at ease with your boundaries and your restrictions. A lot of people use the term boundaries just because they don't want to be challenged nor be called out on anything. Some of you believers are in bad situations now that you brought on yourself because you just walked into a situation and you walked into a relationship without doing proper assessment because you didn't want to look at yourself and admit that you're the one with the bottom of the issue. You're the one with the difficulty, with the commitment deficiency. You're the one who's fearful of commitment. You're the one that doesn't want to do the actual labor to improve. The issue was you. And you don't want to face you so that you would improve. And that's why the problem in this case, you remains everywhere you go. You were in wishful thinking, expecting a smooth beginning, thinking that this is going to be the ease that's going to keep you going. You were the one insisting on expecting things that don't add up. And now that you're in a bad situation where you're being taken advantage of, you're being damaged, okay, I don't approve what the others are doing towards you, but come on now. You put yourself there, and there were other options for you. Especially when it comes to sexual relationships, a lot of people, men and women, they end up with people doing them dirty sexually over and over again. When you look at them, they always chase the similar type of people. They have a preference, but is that preference even based on reality? What's really beneficial for you? No. And there were other sexual options available. There were other people you could have got involved with would have been far better for you. But those people are realistic. Those people expect justice and mutual investment. So with those people, you can't just walk in and expect everything to start off good, everything to go smoothly, and you never challenge about anything. That's why you on purpose avoid those people, and you on purpose selected dysfunctional and defective people, because them, you have something on them. Them, you can always use their own deficiencies and their defects against them in case they call you out. So you chose defective and wrong people to get involved with just because you don't want to face yourself. And now that turns out wrong, now you're the victim. Now you need sympathy. Oh, now they're the narcissist, whatever. Cut it out. Renounce sin by following the guidance of the Heavenly Father. That is true perfection, following the guidance of the Heavenly Father. It's the only perfection we can have as human beings, following the lead of the Heavenly Father, which includes being real about yourself and admit when you need improvement. Simple as that. Stop being so obsessed with smooth beginnings. That is the downfall of many of you, and also reveals lack of character and lack of stability. Because nobody's realistic and in their right mind would cling on to smooth beginnings in a world like this. Are you kidding me? Even if the world was not in a fallen state, life itself has challenges. So you not going to be challenged at all. What the heck are you? Life is not built that way. Jesus himself had challenges. And that had nothing to do with his character, because he, as God himself, in human form, had no deficiencies. But even he faced challenges. So how the heck do you think you will have to be redeemed from a fallen state when faced challenges? Are you kidding me? Why the heck are you expecting someone from the opposite sex where you won't have any challenges? What the heck are you? What? Not even in Disney fairy tales does it happen that way. Really? Anyway, whether it's about sexual relationship or jobs or financial investments or just life in the community at all, in life in the community in general, stop expecting everything to start off good. Assess your own expectations. And if you have expectations that are quite embarrassing or toxic, renounce them, forfeit them, and develop proper expectations and actually do the inner work to improve. That's what you owe the Heavenly Father, and you owe other people, and you owe yourself. Well, that's it for now. Keep on agreeing with Christ and be at peace. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel, share this video, hit the like button, become a member of the channel, and don't forget to read the links below. Shalom.